$14 billion. Gone in 90 seconds. And the only person who can save you is someone whose name you don't even know. This actually happened. A woman stood in her office watching her empire burn. 20 years of work evaporating in real time. Investors screaming, systems collapsing. Her entire team had given up. Every expert had failed. She was 6 hours away from the biggest humiliation of her life. And then a janitor walked in. A man she'd passed in the hallways 1,000 times without looking. A man she thought was nobody. But here's the twist that's going to destroy you. That janitor was a genius, one of the most brilliant minds in cybersecurity. He'd walked away from a $250,000 career, from respect, from everything. And nobody knew why. Nobody except his 8-year-old daughter who watched her mother die and her father sacrifice his dreams to stay by her side. This is the story of what happened when their worlds collided. When the woman who had everything met the man who gave up everything. And what you're about to discover will shatter how you see every person you've ever ignored. Because right now, as you're watching this, there's someone in your life you walk past every day. Someone invisible. Someone you've never bothered to look at. And what if that person is extraordinary? What if they're carrying a story so powerful, so heartbreaking, so beautiful that it could change your entire life? By the end of this story, you're going to understand something that will haunt you forever. The most incredible people are often the ones nobody sees. And the person you ignore today might be the only one who can save you tomorrow. I'm about to take you into one impossible night. A night when a CEO's world collapsed and a janitor became a hero. A night that proves that everyone, absolutely everyone, deserves to be seen. Are you ready? Because once you hear this, you'll never walk past someone the same way again. This is the story of Elena Marino and Marcus Chen, and it starts with everything falling apart. Let me take you there. Manhattan, Tuesday night, 9:47 p.m. Elena Marino stands at the window of her corner office, 47 floors above the city. She's 38, brilliant, powerful. She built Meridian Enterprises from nothing into a global empire worth billions. Tomorrow morning, she's closing a $14 billion merger, the biggest deal of her career. But tomorrow morning is about to become impossible. Her computer screen blinks red, just once. Then another alert, and another. Within 90 seconds, every screen explodes into chaos. Customer databases disappearing, financial records corrupting, proprietary technology erasing. Everything that makes Meridian valuable is being torn apart from the inside. Elena's phone erupts. David Park, her head of IT. "Elena, we're under massive attack. I've never seen anything like this. We're losing everything." The line goes dead. Elena tries calling back. No answer. The backup team, voicemail, the CFO, the COO. Everyone's phone rings into emptiness. Here's what you need to understand about Elena Marino. She doesn't panic, ever. She spent 20 years being the smartest person in every room, the most prepared, the one with the plan. But right now, she has nothing. Each alert is another $1 million evaporating. And in 8 hours, Thomas Wright will walk into a conference room expecting to sign papers that will change both their companies forever. Instead, Elena will have to tell him the company he's buying burned down overnight. But it's not the humiliation killing Elena right now. It's the loneliness. She looks around her massive office. Designer furniture, original artwork, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Manhattan. And she's completely alone. Elena walks to the window, presses her forehead against the cold glass. Below, the city glitters, completely indifferent to her catastrophe. And here's where the story gets heartbreaking, because standing there alone, Elena starts thinking about her father. 20 years ago, Elena missed her father's retirement party for a pitch meeting. When he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, she was in Tokyo closing a deal. When his mind started slipping, when he forgot her name, when he looked at her with confused eyes, Elena was in Berlin signing contracts. When he died, alone in a nursing home at 3 a.m, Elena was on a plane over the Atlantic. She got the call when she landed. She went to a meeting, closed the deal, made it to the funeral 2 days late, stood at the back in her business suit, still carrying her laptop bag, and watched them bury him. Her mother's words at the funeral carved themselves into Elena's soul. You chose money over love. You chose success over family. I hope it was worth it, Elena. I truly hope it was worth it. Elena told herself it was. Had to be. Every sacrifice had a purpose. But tonight, watching her empire burn, she wonders, was any of it worth it? Her phone buzzes. A text from her mother, the first in weeks. Saw the news about your company. Hope you're okay. Call if you need to talk. Elena stares at the message. After years of silence, her mother still reaches out, still cares. But Elena can't call, can't admit she's failing. That's when she hears it. Footsteps, the soft squeak of wheels rolling across marble. Elena turns. A man in a grey maintenance uniform is pushing a cleaning cart. He stops when he sees her through the glass walls. He's maybe mid-30s, with dark hair and hazel eyes that hold an unusual calmness. His name badge reads, Marcus Chen. And this is the moment everything changes. Their eyes meet through the glass. Then Marcus does something unexpected. He knocks softly on the door. Mom, you all right in there? His voice is warm, genuine, like he actually cares. Elena manages a bitter laugh. All right? I'm watching 20 years of my life burn to the ground. My company is dying and I can't stop it. Marcus steps closer. His eyes scan the monitors, and something changes in his expression. Recognition. That's a distributed denial of service attack, he says quietly. Combined with direct database manipulation, multi-vector, sophisticated architecture. Elena freezes. What did you just say? I said it's a cyber attack, a really well-designed one. May I take a look? And here's where you need to understand what just happened. This man, pushing a mop cart, just diagnosed in 30 seconds what her entire IT team couldn't solve in 3 hours. Elena should laugh, should dismiss him, but something in his eyes stops her. At this point, she says slowly, what do I have to lose? Marcus sets down his mop, walks to a desk, and his fingers start moving across the keyboard. Elena watches, stunned as this janitor navigates her system like he built it himself. Fast, precise, every keystroke deliberate. This isn't someone who dabbles with computers. This is an expert. Who are you? Elena whispers. Really? Marcus doesn't look up. Just someone who refuses to let things die without trying to save them. That's not an answer. He smiles faintly. Maybe it's the only answer that matters right now. Now here's what you're probably thinking. This is too convenient. A janitor who's secretly a genius? Come on, but stay with me. Because the truth about Marcus Chen is going to break your heart. Your backup servers, Marcus says. Are they physically isolated from the main network? Yes, completely air-gapped. Marcus nods. That's your lifeline. That's how we save this. We? Elena repeats. He looks up. Those hazel eyes carry weight, intelligence, pain. Unless you'd rather I finish mopping the floors? Despite everything, Elena almost smiles. No, please, save my company. I need full administrator access, master credentials, everything. Elena hesitates for exactly 3 seconds. This could be corporate espionage, but something in her gut tells her this man is genuine. She pulls the master keycard from her wallet, places it on the desk. You have complete access. Don't make me regret this. Marcus picks up the card. I won't. But when this works, and it will work, remember who was here with you tonight. Remember who you almost didn't see. That quiet confidence should seem arrogant, but it doesn't. It feels like a promise. We need to access the physical servers. Marcus says, that's where the real battle is. They walk through the empty building together. The hallways stretch silent and ghostly. Their footsteps echo off marble floors. They take the elevator down to the basement. Cold air hits them. The server room hums with mechanical life. Rows of machines stretching into shadow, their LED lights blinking like dying stars. Marcus stops at the entrance. Elena sees something flicker across his face. Nostalgia, pain, something like coming home after years in exile. Marcus sits at the console and begins typing. And here's where I need you to understand something. This isn't just about fixing computers. This is about two broken people finding each other in the darkness. A woman who sacrificed her humanity for success, and a man who sacrificed his success for humanity. Time becomes elastic. Minutes feel like hours. The cold air bites through Elena's suit, and Elena finds herself watching Marcus more than the screens. The concentration on his face, the way his jaw clenches when something doesn't work, the slight smile when something does. This man is fighting a war in digital space to save something that isn't even his. Coffee? Elena asks at some point. Marcus nods without looking away. Black. Strong. Elena leaves, makes coffee in the break room she hasn't visited in years. When she returns, Marcus is exactly where she left him, fingers flying across the keyboard. Hours pass. 3 a.m. becomes 4, becomes 5. At 5:27 a.m., Marcus suddenly stops typing, leans back. Elena's heart stops. What? What is it? Marcus exhales slowly, then smiles. A real smile, tired and proud and relieved. Look, the screens that have been flashing red for 8 hours suddenly shift. Green indicators appear. File systems reboot. Databases come back online. The chaos falls silent. One message appears. System restored. Integrity verified. All functions operational. Elena stares. Is this real? Marcus stands. Your empire's breathing again, Ms. Marino. Just needed someone to restart its heart. Elena feels something breaking open in her chest, like ice that's been frozen for 20 years, suddenly cracking. How do I thank you? Her voice barely audible. Marcus shakes his head. Don't thank me yet. You've got a merger to close in 30 minutes, and I need to get home before my daughter wakes up. Your daughter. 8 years old. I need to make her breakfast and walk her to school. She gets anxious if I'm not there. Elena's mind spins. You just saved my company and you're worried about making breakfast? Marcus looks at her with an expression that's gentle but firm. Ms. Marino, your company is important, but she's everything. Nothing else comes close. He picks up his cleaning cart, starts walking toward the elevator. Wait, Elena calls. Marcus, wait, who are you? Really? He smiles that faint, sad smile. Just someone who used to be somebody else. Someone who learned that the only thing that matters is being there for the people who need you. The elevator doors open. He steps inside. I need to talk to you, Elena says quickly. Really talk. Later today. Marcus nods. I'll be mopping the 15th floor at 2 p.m. And then he's gone. Elena stands in the server room, surrounded by resurrected machines, and for the first time in 20 years she cries. Not from sadness, but from relief, gratitude, recognition, shame, because she almost didn't see him, almost let the only person who could save her walk right past. But we're just getting started, because you need to know who Marcus Chen really is. You need to understand what he gave up, what he lost, Why a genius is pushing a mop cart, and when you find out, it's going to destroy you. Let me take you back. 6 years earlier, 6 years ago, Marcus Chen was a superstar, 29 years old. Senior security engineer at CyberShield Industries, one of the top cybersecurity firms in America. Recruited straight out of MIT with a master's in computer science. Within 3 years, he was leading a team of 15 engineers, making $250,000 a year. He had everything. Respect, recognition, a future so bright it was blinding. And he had Jennifer, his wife, the love of his life. They'd met in college, got married at 25, had a daughter at 28. Lily. Beautiful, bright-eyed Lily. Their whole world. Life was perfect, until it wasn't. Marcus remembers the day with horrible clarity. The way the oncologist's office smelled like antiseptic. The way Jennifer squeezed his hand. The way 2-year-old Lily played with blocks in the corner, innocent. Stage 4 ovarian cancer, advanced, aggressive. The words blurred together. Survival rates, treatment options, time estimates, 18 months. Maybe less. Marcus quit his job 3 days later. His boss tried to stop him. Take family leave. We'll hold your position. But Marcus knew 18 months wasn't enough. He needed every second with Jennifer. Every morning, every evening, every single moment. So he walked away, burned every bridge, focused entirely on Jennifer and Lily. The next 4 years were hell. Chemotherapy, radiation, surgery after surgery. Their savings evaporated. Marcus sold their house, sold his car, moved them into a tiny apartment, took freelance coding jobs he could do from home, making a fraction of his old salary, but allowing him to be there when Jennifer needed him. Which was always. She fought so hard. Fought longer than the doctors said was possible. But cancer doesn't care about fighting spirit. She died on a Tuesday morning in early spring. Marcus was holding her hand. Lily was at school, just 6 years old. Jennifer's last words were barely a whisper. "Take care of our baby. Promise me." "I promise," Marcus said. And then she was gone. The grief nearly killed him. For months, Marcus barely functioned. He fed Lily, got her to school, helped with homework. Then he'd sit alone in the dark, staring at nothing. His daughter saved him. One morning he woke to find her making breakfast. 6 years old, standing on a chair, carefully spreading peanut butter on toast. When she saw him, she smiled. That smile so much like Jennifer's. "I made you breakfast, Daddy, because you're sad and breakfast makes people less sad." Marcus knelt down, pulled her into his arms, and cried for the first time since the funeral. And in that moment, he made a choice. He could disappear into grief, or he could be the father Lily needed. He chose Lily. But choosing Lily meant accepting certain realities. Marcus had been out of tech for 4 years. In that industry, 4 years might as well be 40. Every job application came back with polite rejections. One recruiter was honest. "You walked away. Companies don't trust people who walk away." After 6 months of rejections, Marcus took the first job with decent hours. Maintenance worker at Meridian Enterprises, night shift, 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. He could work, get home before dawn. Be awake when Lily got up for school. It wasn't what he'd planned, but it let him be a father. And that was all that mattered. 4 years later, here he is, 37 years old, pushing a mop cart, invisible to everyone. But Marcus doesn't mind. This job feeds Lily, keeps a roof over their heads. Still, sometimes late at night when Lily's asleep, Marcus opens his old laptop, teaches himself new programming languages, keeps his mind sharp even though nobody will ever see those skills again. And tonight, when that part of him walked into Elena Marino's office and saw those screens in chaos, something woke up. The engineer, the problem solver. And he saved an empire. Not for glory, not for recognition, but because when someone's drowning, you dive in. The next morning, after the merger closes successfully, after the champagne and congratulations, Elena does something she's never done before. She goes looking for a janitor. She finds Marcus on the 15th floor, quietly mopping. When he sees her, he straightens. "Ms. Marino." "Elena." She corrects. "Call me Elena. How did the merger go?" "Perfect, thanks to you." Elena watches him. "I need to talk to you." "Not here. My office?" Something in her voice convinces him. Marcus follows her to the elevator. When they enter her office, Elena gestures to the chair. Marcus sits, looking uncomfortable in his uniform. "Who are you?" Elena asks. "And don't give me cryptic answers." Marcus sighs. "My name is Marcus Chen. 6 years ago, I was a senior security engineer, top of my field, making $250,000 a year. What happened? My wife got cancer, stage 4. I quit to take care of her and our daughter." Elena's expression softens. "I'm so sorry." "She fought for 4 years, died 2 years ago. By then I'd been out of tech too long. Nobody would hire me. So I became a janitor, because it lets me be there for my daughter every morning and every night." Elena stares at him. "You gave up everything." Marcus looks up. "No, I chose what mattered more." The words hit Elena like a physical blow, because she made the opposite choice. She chose success over her father, chose ambition over love. "Marcus," Elena says slowly, "I want to offer you a job. Head of cybersecurity, rebuild our entire system, name your salary." Marcus shakes his head. "I appreciate it, but no." Elena blinks. "No?" "I have a daughter who needs me home every night. Your job would mean long hours, travel. I won't make that mistake again." Elena leans forward. "What if I made it different? Flexible hours, work from home. Whatever you need to be there for Lily." Marcus studies her face. "Why are you doing this?" "Because you saved my company. Because you're brilliant. Because you reminded me what actually matters." Marcus is quiet, then nods slowly. "Let me think about it. Talk to Lily." "Fair enough. But there's something else," Marcus says, his expression darkening. "That attack last night, it wasn't random." "What do you mean?" "Someone inside your company helped coordinate it. The attackers knew too much. Someone gave them the keys." Elena's blood runs cold. "Who?" "I don't know yet, but I can find out." "Do it," Elena says immediately. "Whatever you need." Over the next week, Marcus quietly investigates. He comes in during his shifts and uses the access Elena gave him to dig through logs, trace access points, follow digital breadcrumbs. And slowly, a pattern emerges. A device logging in at odd hours, accessing sensitive files, creating backdoors. When Marcus cross-references the timestamps with building security, one name appears again and again. David Park, the head of IT, Elena's trusted lieutenant. Marcus brings the evidence to Elena late one night. He shows her the logs, the access patterns, the deleted files he recovered. It's all there. Undeniable. Elena stares at the screen, her face pale. "David? Why?" Marcus has been digging. "I found communications with Zenith Corporation, your biggest competitor. They've been paying him for 18 months. The attack was supposed to collapse the company before the merger. Tank your stock price. Then Zenith buys Meridian for pennies." Elena's hands shake. "That son of a bitch." "There's more," Marcus says quietly. "He wasn't working alone. I found evidence of at least 2 other inside players." Elena closes her eyes. "What do we do?" "We set a trap," Marcus says. "Let David think he got away with it. Then we catch him in the act. You're not even officially employed here, and you're saving my company twice." Marcus gives a small smile. Maybe I'm starting to think I can do both. Be there for Lily and use my brain again. If you meant what you said about flexibility, I meant every word, then I'm in. Marcus says, but on one condition. Name it. When this is over, you take a day off. Go see your mother. Make peace. Because I watched my wife die and I learned something. You can build empires. You can make billions. But if you don't have people who matter, people who love you, you have nothing. Elena's eyes fill with tears. You're right. So they set their trap. Marcus creates a fake database filled with incredibly sensitive information. Things David wouldn't be able to resist stealing. 3 days later, at 2:47 a.m., the trap springs. David's device accesses the fake database. Marcus and Elena are watching. Got him, Marcus says. But then something else happens. Another device logs in. Different access point. Marcus's fingers fly across the keyboard. His face goes white. Elena, he says slowly. That second login. It's coming from your executive suite. What? Who? Marcus pulls up the logs, and there on the screen is a name that makes Elena's stomach drop. Victoria Cross, her chief operations officer. Her friend of 15 years. No, Elena whispers. Not Victoria. But the evidence is there, clear, undeniable, and suddenly Elena understands. The people she trusted most betrayed her. Why? She asks, her voice breaking. Marcus looks at her with compassion. Maybe because you never really saw them either. Never asked how they were, what they needed. You built an empire, but forgot about the people building it with you. The words cut deep. Because they're true. That night, federal agents arrest David Park and Victoria Cross. They confess within hours. Zenith Corporation had offered them millions to destroy Meridian from within. But here's what breaks Elena's heart. During the interrogation, Victoria says something that haunts her. You saw Marcus after one night. I was here 15 years, and you never really saw me. Never asked how I was, just what I could do for the company. I became invisible to you. So when someone offered me a way out, a way to matter, I took it. Elena watches through one-way glass, tears streaming down her face. Because Victoria's right. Elena didn't see her, didn't see David, didn't see Marcus for 4 years, and that blindness almost destroyed everything. Part 4. Transformation. Later that night, Marcus finds Elena alone in her office, staring out at the city. You okay? He asks quietly. She shakes her head. I did this. I created the environment where it could happen. I made people feel invisible. Marcus sits beside her. Then change it. You have a second chance. Use it. How? See people. Marcus says simply. Really see them. Ask the janitor how their day is going. Learn the security guard's name. Build a company that treats people like they matter. Elena looks at him. Is that what you'll do? As head of cybersecurity? If you let me. Marcus says, I'll build systems to protect the company, but I'll also advocate for the people in it. Make sure nobody else feels invisible. Elena nods. Then let's do it. Together. And that's how everything changes. Elena transforms how Meridian operates. She creates the Phoenix Initiative, a program to hire people society has overlooked. People with resume gaps, people who walked away from careers for family, people who were invisible. Within 6 months, Meridian employs over 500 people through the Phoenix Initiative. Former engineers who left to care for sick parents, developers who took time off for mental health, talented people the world forgot. Marcus leads the charge. He builds the strongest cybersecurity infrastructure in the industry. But more importantly, he mentors people, shows them that taking time for family isn't failure. And Elena, she changes too. She starts leaving at 6 p.m., has dinner with her mother once a week. Those dinners are awkward at first. But slowly, carefully, they rebuild. One night, 6 months later, Elena's mother says something that makes her cry. "I'm proud of you, Elena. Not because of what you've built, but because you finally understand what matters." 2 years later, Marcus stands in what used to be the server room. It's been transformed into the Chen Innovation Hub, a space for creativity and family. There's a children's area where employees can bring their kids. Lily, now 10 years old, sits there doing homework. She looks up and smiles. That smile so much like Jennifer's. "Daddy, I'm proud of you," she says. "You help so many people." Marcus kneels beside her. "You know what I'm most proud of?" "What?" "That I get to be here with you, that I didn't miss this, that I chose right." Elena walks in, sees them and smiles. She's different now, softer, more present. She still runs a billion-dollar company, but she does it differently, with compassion, with humanity. "Marcus," she says, "board meeting in 20 minutes. You ready?" "Always," he replies. He kisses Lily's forehead. "Be good, princess." As they walk to the elevator, Elena says quietly, "You changed my life, Marcus." He shakes his head. "You changed your own life. I just reminded you what you already knew." And as they rise toward the boardroom, Marcus thinks about Jennifer, about the promise he made. To take care of their daughter, to be there, to choose love over ambition. He kept that promise. And somehow, in keeping it, he saved more than just his own family. He saved a company, saved hundreds of people who felt invisible, saved a woman who had everything but felt empty, because that's what happens when we choose to see each other, really see each other. Magic happens, lives change, empires transform, and the people we thought were invisible become the heroes we needed all along. 3 months later, Elena stands on a stage at the International Business Summit. Thousands of CEOs watching. This is her moment to talk about Meridian's success. Instead, she tells a different story. 2 years ago, she begins, my company was 90 seconds from death. My entire team had failed. Every expert was helpless. I was alone, watching everything burn. The audience leans forward. And then a janitor walked into my office, a man I'd passed for 4 years without ever looking at, a man I thought was nobody. She pauses. That man saved my company, not because he owed me anything, but because when someone's drowning, you dive in. That's who he was. She looks toward the back where Marcus sits with Lily. His name is Marcus Chen. He's my head of cybersecurity. My friend. The person who taught me the most important lesson I'll ever learn. The room is silent. We walk past extraordinary people every day. People with stories that would break our hearts. People who could save us. But we don't see them. We're too busy. Too important. Elena's voice cracks. I almost lost everything because I'd stopped seeing people. My father died alone because I couldn't see past my ambition. My company nearly burned because I couldn't see the pain in people who needed to be seen. And the man who saved me? I'd walked past him for 4 years without wondering who he was. She takes a breath. Every person you meet is carrying a universe inside them. Every janitor could be a genius. Every security guard could have saved lives. Every person serving you coffee or cleaning your office is someone's whole world. The audience is still. The people you've made invisible, they're watching. They're deciding whether to stay loyal or betray you. Your company's biggest threat isn't your competitors, it's the people you've forgotten to see. She gestures to Marcus. Marcus didn't have to save me. He could have walked away, but he chose humanity over revenge. Chose compassion over justice. Elena's final words ring out. Look around you, at your employees, your staff, learn their names, ask about their lives, see them, really see them. Because the person you're ignoring today might be the only one who can save you tomorrow. The silence is deafening. Then one person starts clapping. Within seconds, the entire auditorium is on its feet. Marcus watches from the back, Lily's hand in his. She looks up at him. "Daddy, you're famous now," she whispers. Marcus smiles. "No, princess, I'm just visible. There's a difference." And maybe that's the real ending. Not fame or fortune, just visibility, just being seen. 5 years later, the Phoenix Initiative has transformed into a movement. Companies worldwide are adopting it, hiring people with gaps in their resumes. People who chose family over ambition, people society forgot. Marcus runs it now, full-time. On his desk sits a photo of Jennifer holding baby Lily. He talks to it sometimes. "We did good," he tells her. "I kept my promise. I was there for every moment that mattered." Lily is 13 now, brilliant like her father, compassionate like her mother. She wants to be an engineer. Elena rebuilt her relationship with her mother. They have dinner every Tuesday now. Just mother and daughter, making up for lost time. Her mother said something last week Elena keeps thinking about. "You learned that success without love is just elaborate loneliness." One evening, Elena and Marcus stand together on the observation deck, watching the sun set over Manhattan. "You ever regret it?" Elena asks. "Giving up your career?" Marcus doesn't hesitate. "Not for a second. I lost Jennifer. Nothing could make up for that. But I didn't lose Lily. I was there. That's what matters." He turns to Elena. "There are two kinds of success. The kind that impresses strangers, and the kind that matters to the people who love you. Most people spend their whole lives chasing the first kind and wondering why they feel empty." Elena nods. "I was one of those people. But you're not anymore." "No," Elena agrees. "I'm not." Below them, 60,000 people are finishing their workday. And Elena knows their names now. The security guard, the barista, the maintenance staff. She sees them. Really sees them. And here's the truth that will stay with you long after this story ends. Right now, as you're hearing this, you're going to go back into the world. You're going to interact with people. Servers, cashiers, cleaners, people whose names you don't know, and every single one of them is carrying a universe inside them. Stories that would make you cry, dreams that would inspire you, pain that would break your heart. The question is, will you see them? Will you take 3 seconds to make eye contact, to say thank you and mean it, to ask how someone's day is going? Or will you walk past them like Elena walked past Marcus for 4 years? Because here's what this story is really about. It's not about a janitor saving a CEO. It's not about cyber attacks or mergers. It's about what happens when we forget that every person matters. When we stop seeing the humanity in people who serve us. Marcus Chen didn't save Elena Marino because he was a genius programmer. He saved her because he chose to remain human even when the world made him invisible. He chose to dive in when someone was drowning. That's the lesson. The most extraordinary people are often the ones nobody notices. The person you ignore today might be the only one who can save you tomorrow. And every person deserves to be seen, not because of what they can do for you, but because they're human. Elena and Marcus still work together. Lily visits the office every day after school. And sometimes, late at night, Marcus walks through the empty halls and thinks about Jennifer, about the promise he made, about the life he chose. And he knows, without question, that he chose right. Because in the end, when everything else is gone, all that remains is love. The people we showed up for, the moments we didn't miss, the hands we held, the hearts we saw. That's what Marcus learned. That's what Elena learned. And maybe that's what you'll remember too. The next time you see someone cleaning your office, serving your food, parking your car, take a moment. See them. Really see them. You might be looking at a genius, a hero, Someone carrying more strength than you'll ever know. Or you might just be looking at a human being who deserves basic dignity. Either way, that's enough. That should always be enough. This is the story of the janitor who saved a $12 billion company. But really, it's the story of the janitor who saved a human being who'd forgotten how to be human. And maybe it's the story that will save you too. See people. Really see them before it's too late. Because the most important people in your life might not be the ones with the biggest titles. They might be the ones you walk past every day without looking. Don't make that mistake. Be the person who dives in. Be the person who sees. Be the person who chooses love over everything else. That's how you win. Not by building empires, but by seeing people. That's the lesson. That's the story. That's everything. Success without humanity is just elaborate loneliness. But humanity? Real human connection? Seeing and being seen? That's everything. That's the whole story. Remember it.